Hi everyone. Today is Wednesday, August the 16th, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. We just had some numbers come out. Target and Walmart also, I believe, reported or are near reporting. I think that's going okay. Not great. They beat in some places, missed in some others. But overall, it's got the market drifting back into the lower spaces. We are back on TrendSpider simply because I had an extra one sitting up here and it made all my charts go crazy. So here we are back looking at the monthly formation. You see us, we're leaking past this area. It is much more likely that we head down into this lower level now than it was a little bit ago, just simply because once it loses that edge and fights and doesn't hold it, we've got more downside. And notice you can see that here, right around the 80 part from the daily. Buyers, buyers, buyers. The wicks just bring the buyers in from the bottom. And then yesterday they were like, nope, see you later. And so now people are finding value. It's fairly likely that we end lower on the day today. Bounces are still sell zones. We're in the middle of a channel. This Keltner channel has us down, and we're also in a negative ribbon on the daily. On the weekly and the monthly, still bullish. Reversion to the mean going on here in the monthly. Old support areas all the way down at 43.67. Do we get all of there in one swoop? Probably not. We probably grind down, right? We've got 3 weeks trending today. We already, well, no, we're kind of holding the low. So we'll see, right? We'll see what happens here. Holding the low. Could we bounce? Yes, but we're very likely to trend lower here in this formation. We're going to just retrace some of this price action. Could we have some up days? Yes. Sellers are going to come in at these edges. They just simply are. We are in retracement. And so my suspicion on the day, see, here we are at this 44.50. Everybody's been battling it. We've been battling it all night. Take a look at the range. Let's look at a 2-hour chart, right? Look at this. Do you see what's happening here? Everybody buys, buys, buys. We have these dips, and then everybody buys from here. If we lose 44.47, it's going to be a full-on swish down to the edge, and as it sits, any bounce into 44.65 to 44.70 going to find sellers as well. So that is the scenario here, but this is very important. Very, very important. No candlestick bodies have closed under 44.52. All the candle body events have been above that. If this candlestick body closes below and we break this area, it's going to be a full-on swoosh. With the target at maybe 44.30 to 44.11, maybe 44.24. That's a super familiar number. Let's look at it from a SPY perspective. 2-hour chart on the SPY doesn't look quite like that, but let's go to a 30-minute. You can see the 8:30 news come in. No, that's, whoopsie. There we go. Everything is sideways. Notice we had the news just pop off a little bit ago at the end of this candlestick formation, and now we are under this edge. It's do or die for the buyers. And at the end of the day, the bounces are still sell zones. We're caught in this range of motion that's going to give us a fairly good measure of downside. The loss of 442 likely takes us into 439. Do we grind lower, or do we have a relative rotation? I don't know. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see what the traders tried to do on the bounce. Everybody is short in the overnight. They've just been selling it. And so will they buy to cover and fill in the gap, or will they not have the strength to do it and continue in the cascade downward? That's what we're looking at. Note, this is the daily candlestick formation, and look at what happened. We are at the bottom of that gap. Remember the gap I was telling you about from the daily? A lot of buyers are going to try and come in here. They tried to front run that gap right here, thinking, hey, it's still by the dip, but all the bounces just gave way to the floor. And now being under here, not being able to get above it, that is a clear signal to me that we've got some more downside on the horizon. Let's look at the Qs. Qs, bullish-shaped Keltner channel on the weekly, bullish-shaped price ribbon. Again, coming into this support action on the weekly, the buyers are really trying to hold this floor. Right now, they just haven't, right? They literally have not been able to do that. We are down just slightly. They're really trying to hold this. But again, the sharp dips, if it completely runs away from you, do not chase the short, right? Because there are buyers under here in these wicks. Everybody believes in tech. Tech's got to rule the day. It's just the way it is. And so people are still buying that dip, but a clear rotation is happening here. So don't chase the short. Wait for the bounce that says, you know what, I cannot get above 68 or 369. Even if it gets above there, the second it loses it, you can go, all right, I'm short. And it can come back into the 366 zone, potentially 363. Let's take a look at the NQ. Same sort of thing, very sideways. Candlestick formation, really trying to hold this ledge. You can see the buyer saying, do or die, do or die. We've got to make it. We've got to make it. But if they hold on and try so hard, and we still have tons of supply down here, the sellers will start to compete for price, right? And we know that to be true. So we're going to watch for that, and then notice the next line in the sand is 14,900. I like the shorts here. Short on the bounce. Short on the bounce. All right. Oil. Now this is going to be important simply because of its relationship to inflation. And so, are the traders trying to hold this 81 floor? Yes, they are. What is my supposition about what gets done? I think we grind back, right? The whole chart is in backwardation. That's generally bearish for this space. And we know everything was hinged on China coming back, and they clearly are stumbling a bit. Okay, so that's it for there. I do believe we've got ourselves a fade here. We might do something interesting with this one, but I don't know yet. Let's take a look last at gold. Gold continues to fade beautifully. And of course, this is because of the dollar strength. Now, I have been a dollar bull for ever, and so what that's made me say is, hey, listen, the bounces are sell zones in gold, and they've been that way significantly for a time, and we are getting really quite to the bottom of that Keltner channel. The big levels that I would love to see really come from, let me delete all of these and then draw let me draw one of my Fibonacci's. And of course, these Fibonacci lines, they are not traditional. I'm just using Gann formations. Looks like about 1850, right? I suspect that is the case. All right, so we'll be looking at a few things there. Potentially GLD. Which, you know, we could easily have a 50% retracement here. Let's take a look at this. 170, right? Down from 176. All right, we might be able to do a butterfly there. We'll check that out. All right, that's it for me, folks. I want you to stay alert. Remember, be present. You're looking at your current candle and the 2 candles prior. They're going to tell you what's going on. We are below the close of yesterday's candle. That means sellers are more likely to be engaged, but this is a fight zone. So you want to be careful. If you're short, you can say, all right, I know my stop is somewhere around 77.50, and I can watch the fade further into 75.76. We are in something that looks a little bit like breakaway formation. All right, so take care. See you tomorrow.